Artificial intelligence has already changed real estate, but most agents still aren't seeing the real results. Adoption is high, but impact is not. So today I'm breaking down a new kind of AI technology called MANUS, an autonomous agent that can think, plan, and execute complex tasks completely on its own. This is your comprehensive safety first guide to understanding what MANUS is, how it works, and how to use it to transform your real estate business responsibly and effectively. The real estate industry is standing at a major turning point. Economic pressure, rising costs, evolving client expectations, and rapid advances in technology have created both challenges and opportunities. Artificial intelligence has made its way into nearly every part of our business, but most agents still haven't unlocked its true potential. There's a huge gap between how many realtors are using AI tools and how many are actually seeing real measurable improvements. And that's where MANUS comes in. This new AI platform represents a completely different category of tool, something known as autonomous agent. In this video, we're going to unpack what that means, what makes MANUS different from everything else you've seen before, and how can MANUS be safely integrated into your content creation, market research, lead gen, and business development. And because data security and client privacy are non-negotiable in real estate, this guide also outlines exactly how to use AI responsibly. So before we start, here's the most important privacy notice. Never share private or confidential data with any AI system. That means no MLS logins, no client details, and no proprietary business information. All of the examples we'll look at today focus on public data and general business development activities and nothing confidential. If you are new to MANUS, here's the key distinction. MANUS isn't just another app that writes emails or Instagram caption. It's a fully autonomous AI system that doesn't just follow instructions. It actually thinks, plans, and executes tasks from start to finish. An autonomous agent is an AI that can operate almost like a human assistant. It can navigate the digital world, make decisions, and take action without you sitting over its shoulder. It's not passive, it is completely independent on its own. Together, they complete complex multi-stage projects that would normally take you hours or days, and they do it while you're working on something else, which is key. What makes MANUS powerful is its transparency. It is what's called MANUS's computer, a live window where you can literally watch what it's doing in real time. That means full visibility and the ability to intervene if needed. MANUS operates securely in the cloud, which allows you to assign a project, close your laptop, and come back to find the finished work waiting for you. It integrates with a variety of tools from web research to document and presentation creation, and it retains feedback as knowledge for future use. Over time, MANUS learns your preferences and gets faster and more personalized, adapting to your workflow the more that you use it. This combination of autonomy, transparency, and adaptive learning is what sets MANUS apart from other AI tools. It doesn't just give you information, it delivers results from start to finish, using only public data and at your complete direction. Before diving deeper, it's critical to talk about security. In real estate, we handle some of the most sensitive data imaginable: client financials, personal information, contract details, and business strategies. None of that belongs inside an AI system. And here's what you should never share with MANUS or any other AI type platform: your MLS login credentials, proprietary MLS data, client names or financials, confidential transaction details, CRM passwords, or your private business strategies. Sharing any of these would violate client confidentiality and your realtor code of ethics. Here's what you should do instead. Use public information only. Data about the market, neighborhoods, or general trends that's already available online. When you create examples or case studies, anonymize them. Always review anything MANUS creates before you share it publicly. And make sure everything you produce still aligns with your professional standards and ethics. The best way to think about it is simple. MANUS is your research assistant and content creator. It works with public data to enhance your marketing and strategy, but you always stay in control of sensitive information and client relationships. You may be asking yourself, why do realtors need MANUS? Right now, the real estate industry is facing a perfect storm of economic pressure and operational inefficiency. According to Morgan Stanley research, there's a $34 billion opportunity in efficiency gains that could come from automating real estate workflows. That's a massive number, and it's not theoretical. It's an immediate opportunity that technology like MANUS can help fill. The problem with today's tech stack is that most tools are fragmented and underwhelming. The National Association of Realtors, for example, reports that while 68% of agents use AI tools, nearly half see no measurable improvement in their business. Only 17% report a significant positive impact. That means we've been adopting technology but not having that transformation. And MANUS changes that by acting as an integrated end-to-end system that automates entire workflows and not just single steps. It can build complete marketing campaigns, conduct market research, create data-backed presentations, and develop business strategies all from one place. By automating up to 37% of the admin and management tasks that consume most of us as agents, MANUS allows you to redirect your focus to what actually matters, building relationships and closing deals. When it comes to content creation, creating consistent, high-quality content is one of the biggest challenges for agents. It's time-consuming, often inconsistent, and can easily fall to the bottom of the list. MANUS turns content creation into a fully automated system. For example, let's say you're a realtor in Denver, Colorado who wants to position yourself as a market expert for first-time home buyers and young professionals in your area. This is something that you could do with MANUS. Ask MANUS to create a comprehensive 90-day content marketing strategy for my real estate business, include weekly blog topics, daily social media ideas, email newsletter templates, and a YouTube video series that is both educational and builds my authority. When you prompt that in, MANUS would respond by building a full 90-day content calendar, complete with blog outlines, social post suggestions, newsletter formats, and even full video scripts. It could map out posts like Denver Neighborhood Guide for Young Professionals or a first-time homebuyer's timeline here in Colorado. It can also produce spreadsheets that track performance metrics, market comparisons, or neighborhood demographics, all using publicly available information. If you're doing community presentations or client seminars, MANUS can create full slide decks for those too. Market updates, first-time buyer workshops, investment analysis templates, or neighborhood spotlights. And what I like about MANUS over ChatGPT, because you have that visual in terms of seeing the windows that they are searching the web and where they're getting their data from, it hallucinates so much more less than ChatGPT, for example. ChatGPT, you can find a lot of errors, a lot of misinformation where you can get MANUS to cite all its resources. It will have something on the bottom of these projects where it's getting all its information from. So it's very, very much spot on because it can cite those sources. And if you're creating video content, it can write your scripts, it can generate outlines, and even provide visual suggestions for market updates or property tours as well. Now let's talk about data because market knowledge is everything in this business. MANUS can take public data and turn it into professional grade market intelligence. For example, you could ask MANUS to create a Q4 2025 market report for Seattle that includes price trends, inventory levels, days on market, seasonal patterns, and new developments. It could also add research about employment trends, infrastructure projects, and economic factors impacting housing. The result would be a fully formatted professional report complete with charts, graphs, and an executive summary that you could share with clients or post on your website. Beyond that, MANUS can analyze competitor marketing, strategies, identify gaps in your local market, and track new agent activity and help you develop differentiation strategies, all using public information. A real world example of how you can do this, especially on the competitor side of things. So for Instagram, it's a big driver of my business. And with the algorithm, things can change, right? There can be new trends and things that you were doing before wasn't working. So there's an agent in my area who is doing very informational type content. And I wanted to see how I could interpret that and use that in my business. So I used MANUS exactly for this. I went to his Instagram page. I took screenshots of his thumbnails. I took screenshots of his captions, of his descriptions, and everything like that. I then put that into MANUS. I then asked it to create a report and create something that was specific for my market and specific to my voice. And what it did was created me 60 days of content in this particular tonality. And within my first 3 posts, I was averaging between 2,000 to 6,000 views, up from my, 600 to 800 jail views. I know a lot of us feel that sometimes, where your views can be under that 1,000 point and it's hard to get past that. But just using some of this information on competitors, it completely changed instantaneously how I did my content. And then what's really great about it, it will create it into a spreadsheet for you, so you can have all your posts extremely organized, and then you can move forward that way too. So whether it is certain types of marketing or certain types of listing descriptions or whatever it may be, if you have someone that you feel like is doing a great job in your market, you can take those screenshots, implement it into MANUS, tell it what you want to do and how you want to implement it into your business, and then you can really create some great change very quickly. Beyond marketing, MANUS can also support the strategic side of your business. Imagine you currently close 24 transactions per year and your goal next year is 36. You could tell MANUS to create a complete 2026 business plan that includes a market opportunity analysis, a lead gen strategy, a marketing plan, and a timeline for implementation. It would research your market size, assess your competition, map out marketing campaigns across multiple channels, and even build an action plan with milestones and deadlines. MANUS can also help you develop public lead generation strategies, like how to identify potential sellers using public property records, and how to find opportunities through community engagement, or how to build content systems that attract inbound leads. It can even produce training materials for your team, educational resources for clients, FAQ databases, and presentation templates for buyer or seller consultations. And like I said, if you give it that framework of seeing someone in your market that's been doing something well, this is where the game changer is. Look to someone who's doing something great in your market. Everything is online now, and use some of these prompts in addition to other people that are doing something very strong in your market, and then tailor it for yourself. And you can do this very, very quickly. The AI market is crowded. You have general tools like ChatGPT, and now you have narrow single purpose real estate apps as well. MANUS bridges both worlds by being broad, integrated, and autonomous. Compared to general AI tools, MANUS doesn't need you to feed it step-by-step instructions. You can give it one comprehensive prompt and it will complete the full project all on its own. It also researches live data from the web, not just static information, which means its insights are always current. And instead of just generating text, it can produce spreadsheets, presentations, and multimedia outputs that are all ready to use. Compared to specialized real estate AI tools, MANUS is even more unique. It doesn't just do one thing. It can handle the research, the content marketing, and strategy in one platform. It doesn't require constant input. Once you set the task, it works independently and it learns from your preferences, meaning it becomes more valuable the longer that you use it. It's the difference between juggling 10 apps versus having one intelligent system that handles everything seamlessly. If you are ready to start using MANUS, here is the roadmap. In your first month, begin with content creation, blog posts, social media updates, and email newsletters. Develop your templates for presentations and start building a small library of educational content for your niche market. By the second month, start implementing market research, generate regular market reports, track neighborhood trends, and study your competitors' strategies. And then when we get into the third month, move into business development. Create your annual plan, implement lead generating systems, and build out training or educational materials for your clients and your team. Throughout all of this, follow my 5 best practices. Start small so you can learn the workflow. Always review and customize everything it produces to maintain your brand voice, and protect all sensitive information. Never upload anything private, and make sure every piece of content aligns with professional and ethical standards. Continuously refine your prompts and processes to get better results over time. With anything, especially in the AI space, you need time to understand it and to get better at it. The first little bit may be clunky, but I promise you, just with any muscle, the more you work at it, the easier it will be. And real estate is moving beyond basic automation into a new era of true AI. MANUS represents the leading edge of that change, and it's not about replacing realtors, it's about empowering them. By letting MANUS handle the research, analysis, and content creation, you free yourself up to focus on what clients actually hire you for: relationship building, expert guidance, and managing one of their most emotional decisions of their entire lives. When used responsibly, MANUS can help you work faster, smarter, and more efficiently while still maintaining the integrity, trust, and privacy your clients deserve. This isn't about the future, it's already here. For those who embrace it safely and strategically, the opportunity is enormous. With MANUS, you have the tools to lead this new chapter of real estate while protecting the trust that defines your brand and your business.